Here's an interview from one of our past shows on Rock and Metal Revival. If you're interested in hearing full shows, go to our Facebook page and check out our list of affiliates for times and places where you can hear Rock and Metal Revival.
Okay, that was Children of the Dawn from her latest album, Conqueress, Forever Strong and Proud. She's playing this weekend at Milwaukee Metal Fest, and we're happy to welcome back to the Revival, Doro-Pesch. Good to have you back on the show, Doro. How you doing?
Oh, thank you so much. Great to be in your show again. Thank you so much. And yeah, man, I'm so excited. Yeah, playing Milwaukee Metal Fest. I always wanted to do that. And yeah, so coming Friday, we play all killers, no fillers.
Nice. So you never had a chance to play the Milwaukee Metal Fest back in the 80s and 90s or whenever they were doing it before it kind of went away?
Hey, man, I don't know. It rings a bell, but I'm not so sure anymore. Maybe we did, but back in the 80s, it was all so crazy and so much going on. So
Yeah.
I mean, I never drank. I never took drugs, nothing. But still,
the memory still goes.
Oh, wow. Yes. And, yeah. So maybe we have been there, but definitely not in the last 10 years. I know that.
Okay. Now, your latest album, Conqueress, really good. Really love this album. And it's full of great songs, and you have a couple songs there with this guy, Rob Halford.
Yes.
How'd you end up getting him, the Metal God, involved? Because those songs are really nice, really good stuff.
Yes, no, oh man, I was a big fan of Judas Priest, and I grew up with, of course, the new wave of British heavy metal, and then actually we did our third album, and we played one big festival. It was the legendary Monsters of Rock Festival in England and in Germany, and England back then it was super important. Everybody, was saying, okay, if you can do good in England, then you can, conquer the world. So we did this festival, and it went really great. The fans were so wild and crazy and headbanging. So the record company and journalists and agency, everybody said, let's give this little band Warlock a chance. And so we hopped on tour with Judas Priest, and it was in 1986. It was so big. It was all the biggest venues, and it was unbelievable to tour with my heroes. So we did a great tour, and we became friends. And and this friendship, it's lasting now over, over so many decades. And 2 years ago, we met again in France. There's a big festival. It's called oh God, what is it called? Oh God, it's big. Anyway, I don't want to bore you. It's a big festival. Okay. And we met again, and and Rob Halford was asking me what I'm doing, and I said, just recording a new album, and just almost finishing. And then we both smiled at each other, and I said, Rob, you thinking the same? And he said, yes, Doro, we have been friends for such a long time, and let's do something together. And I said, this would make me so happy. So Rob was asking me what song I might want to do, and I said, Rob, I'm born and raised with the British Steel album of Judas Priest. I would love to do Living After Midnight. And he said, oh, cool, great idea, let's do it. And he said, I have a song I always wanted to do with you. And I thought, wow, which one could it be? And he said, Total Eclipse of the Heart. Let's do a metal version of Total Eclipse of the Heart. And I thought, wow, man, this is unbelievable. So we did 2 songs, and there's a beautiful video. If the people want to check it out on YouTube, it's Total Eclipse of the Heart. Living After Midnight is a lyric video, but Total Eclipse of the Heart, I think it looks so good, and Rob Halford looks so cool in it, and so that was a real treat for me, and probably one of the highlights of this album, of course.
Oh, I bet. Nice. Now, you released some extra bonus tracks in an EP.
Yes.
And one of them was the Four Horsemen, a Metallica cover, which is just slamming. Now, where'd you decide to do that? How'd that come about? Because I mean, it's not like they don't have a lot of songs to choose from. But what made you pick that song?
Yeah, at first I want to do a double CD like we did the last time. The last time was Forever Boris, Forever United. And then the record company said, no, just one, this is okay. But then I had so many songs, and I was a big fan of Metallica back in the day, and we played together in the 80s many times, and I think it might have been one of the first gigs Metallica ever did in Europe. And the promoter called us up and said, hey, you guys want to play? I have a club here. And another band pulled out, and I think it was Twisted Sister. So they pulled out, and we said, yes, sure, we would love to play. And the guy said, well, you have to go on before the American guys, they're from San Francisco. We thought, okay, so we played in the Netherlands. And then we said, hey, let's check out the other band. And it was Metallica. And I still remember talking to Cliff Burton, the bass player, who was so sweet. And we became great friends. And then I thought, yeah, it's their 40th anniversary of the Kill 'Em All album, so I wanted to do a song of it. And then I did The Four Horsemen, and I played it to some friends. And I said, Doro, you should put it on your album. And then we thought, yes, let's put it in,
definitely,
in the bonus section. And it has 20 songs, the album, and and the bonus tracks, they thank God they got they got picked up by the record company one by one, and I was so happy. So it meant a lot to me as well, and
That's cool, very cool. Now, where did you shoot the videos for Children of the Dawn and Time for Justice? Because that's just such a cool place. Wherever it might not be the same place, but it's just perfect for metal.
Yeah, it is. And I'm always I love the Mad Max movies, especially the last one with Charlize Theron and Fury Road.
Yep.
So I always wanted to do a video kind of this, and then we found a place. It's an old factory. It was actually shot in the same location. But it's huge, and it's a lot of steel, and it's so awesome. And then I called some of my friends. I met him in Wacken, which is a big metal festival in Germany. I don't know if you guys heard of it.
Oh, yeah.
Probably you did.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
I think I've heard of that.
And they have so many different genres of metal, and they have some special things. And there was always one little village, and it was the Wasteland Warriors. And they really look like it's a Mad Max movie. All their motorcycles and cars and outfits, and it's all they do it all by themselves. And then I called him. I said, I have this song, Time for Justice. I would love to do it together. And they said, yes, So they're from all over the world, and then we did it in this old kind of factory. And I called him again when we wanted to do Children of the Dawn, and I think both videos came out so good and so cool. And we have a little bit, the stage set is a little bit looking like that. Probably not in Milwaukee Metal Fest, because we only play 35 minutes, and it will be, so many bands, so in and out. So we will not have our whole stage set, but I will give it my best, and I'm so much looking forward. And and we will keep it heavy, because the festival is pretty heavy and hard. So we play no ballads.
No ballads. Yeah. Nice. I just
even though I love ballads, but not Milwaukee Metal Fest. No, it will be a lot of fast and heavy songs, and
Nice. Now, I saw you recently. You played at the M3 Festival, and you had Chris Caffery on guitar for from TSO and Sabotage. Now, I saw his Facebook post, and he said that he got a kick out of seeing your reaction when he'd break out a different guitar, because he was able to drive to the show, so he brought a bunch of guitars that he normally wouldn't be able to bring. And so I was wondering which one was your favorite, because I know he had that light-up Flying V, a blue Flying V with lights in it, and then he had a mirror cracked mirror guitar and all kinds of different ones.
And the other one was looking like a snake skin, in blue. I love them all. I think the one with the mirror, I thought that was so cool. And then in all we are, the guitar, which, switches on like, lights and like, it was so killer. So Chris will come to Milwaukee Metal Fest, and he will probably bring all his guitars. He said he would, drive probably 40 hours to get there just to bring all the guitars. So you will see him again, and but he's such a great guy. We've known each other for a long time. We played many festivals together, like Wacken, and we did a long tour in America together, a long tour in Europe. So he's a great guitar player, great guy, funny as hell, and and together with Bill Hudson, like they were both in TSO, and I think it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
And then Nick Douglas, my bass player, who's with me for over 30 years, and and we have a drummer, Danny Piselli is his name. He played on M3 because Johnny, he has another gig, like he plays in another band, and but he has a little boy now, he has a family now, so he has to try to to support the family. And I thought so he will be not with us this time, but he's still with us, and we just added on to the family, let's put it this way. So nobody ever left, just like, getting more and more people in, and
Nice. So is Chris just filling in for these American dates, or is he coming to Europe and going to play the festivals and stuff with you over there too?
Yes, some of them, yes. And he was just with us in Wacken, and we're planning to do a nice DVD, Blu-ray, live CD set. We're just working on it. That was my anniversary gig in my former hometown, Düsseldorf, Germany, and in Wacken, and it's so awesome. And like 80,000 people, going crazy, singing along every word. So Chris was there, and he played all the special songs like Für immer, and and all these goodies, and we had many guests there, so he was always like on stage when all the guests were there. Joey Belladonna was there. We did Antisocial and Raise Your Fist, and Mickey D and Phil Campbell of Motorhead, they were there. So we did Ace of Spades and Love Me Forever, and Chris was always like, playing. He played so good. So, and he's awesome. So we played as long as he's not touring with TSO, he's like with us. But that is like in the winter time, or it begins in the fall. So, but it's all right. It's cool. We're always like in contact, and everybody has to do what they have to do. When I started out, it was very unusual that people had many bands, but now that's totally necessary, to survive. So
Totally get that. Now, speaking of going way back, now, how hard was it back in the 80s just to be taken serious as a woman in metal? Because there weren't any really, as far as, now there's hundreds of bands with female singers and female guitarists and bass players and full bands and stuff. But back then, how hard was that? That must not have been a lot of fun fighting.
To be totally honest, I always felt really good. I was always treated so well. I felt really respected, and we toured with so many bands. Like I told you before, first band we ever toured with was Judas Priest, the first big tour, and then Ronnie James Dio was the second tour. In America. It was Megadeth and Saxon, Motorhead, Scorpions, everybody, and they all treated me really, really good, and I felt really loved and supported. They were very kind. I didn't feel that it was really hard for me at all. It was very hard to fight for your own music, because metal in the early 80s, like the normal, regular people, they didn't know what to think of it. So that was actually, you had to fight, for your music, for your band. But me being a woman, I always felt really good, and I felt I had a great connection from day one with the fans. Like that was so solid, so deep, and it still feels the same. And they know I love the fans more than anything in this world, and I feel like they love me. So it's like,
Well, that's good.
Very grateful.
Yeah, that's good to hear because I totally thought it would be a lot worse, but that's awesome. That's good. Well, the metal community is a lot different than a lot of different genres seem to be. It seems like, but
yes, absolutely, and I have actually, it feels pretty good to be a woman. Maybe it was a little bit lonely because when we were on tour or on festivals, there weren't any ladies, no girls around, even in the audience. That was very rare. And in the early 80s, like 99% men, but then now it's almost 50%, and it's great. Yeah. So I think it's a much better balance, and it's awesome. And sometimes we have female roadies, like we had a great female guitar tech. The guys in my band said, man, she was the best tech we ever had. So, nice. And we had a female tour manager. So it's pretty cool. Not only musicians, like people behind the scenes. There are lots of great women working their butts off, and it's
That's cool. Very cool. Now, after all these years, you look and sound amazing still. I mean. So did you find the fountain of youth or something? Because, I've seen a lot of people who've been doing this for 40 years who don't look or sound anything like they did before, but you haven't changed hardly at all, man.
Oh, thank you so much for your sweet words. It makes me feel so happy. It's very simple for me. I think it's pure love for metal and for the fans, and that keeps me young and alive. And I turned vegan like 7-8 years ago, and I always all my stage clothes for the last 20 years was vegan leather, and now I'm a total vegan. I think it's really good for your skin, for the body. I'm not so sick anymore. Usually I was so sick every tour. After a tour, God, I was I thought I would end up in the hospital because it's rough. Being on tour on one hand is awesome. On the other hand, it's hard. You don't get any sleep. Everybody's always getting sick in the tour bus, and me being a singer, after 2-3 days, I know I catch something, whatever it is. So, but in the last years, it was I feel pretty strong, and I do a lot of sports. I'm a big martial arts fan, and do a lot of Wing Chun and Eskrima, Kung Fu, and I started with Thai boxing. So I do this when we are not on tour, but the whole combination, but the love for the fans and for music, for metal, I think that's what always kept me going, and I'm highly motivated and inspired by all of that, and I'm planning on doing it for many more years, and many more records and videos and all that good stuff.
Awesome. Now Spinal Tap is making a sequel to their movie they put out back in 84 or something, and I was wondering if you had any Spinal Tap moment that you think could go in the new one. If you had any.
Oh God, yeah, actually. Oh man, we had so many moments. I mean, the typical moment, which almost happened every tour, is the tour bus said, okay, we gotta go, we are in the tour bus or wherever, and then we can't find the place, or we can't find the stage. And, and sometimes when you play these old factories, then, wow, it feels like you're in a scary movie, and and sometimes you hear something, you hear the fans, and then you follow the sound. But especially in some countries where you don't speak the language, and sometimes we thought, man, we felt so lost, and but everything always worked out. But so trying to find the stage, that's for us that's. It's so funny, but many Spinal Tap oh man, even building a stage and stuff, and then we had high hopes that it would look awesome and stuff, and I had one time some gargoyles, and the artist said, oh, it will be amazing, it will be the biggest thing, the best thing. So then we picked up the Gargoyles, and we wanted to play Wackeln, which is huge stage, and it was like so small, and it looked so ugly. And then in the tour bus, we tried to, to paint it a little bit better, to, have a better face on the Gargoyles, but it looked hilarious, and they looked so funny, they didn't look scary, they didn't look mean, they looked just like, and so many times we know we know what can happen, and
Nice. Now, one last question. Do you think the song off the new album, Best in Me, could have benefited from adding some cowbell?
The
nice ballad. The nice ballad. Banging in it.
I think it is so soulful. Oh man, it always moved me to tears when I heard it, when we were mixing it and stuff, and the story is that the fans bring out the best in me. So it's something really, really soulful, and it always gives me chills. So I never played it live so far. We haven't played it yet, but probably we do a tour with Alice Cooper in Europe, in France, and in Germany, and maybe I pull it out, and then we do our own tour in Germany in December. So I want to play lots of the new record. Now we just played at M3, Fire in the Sky and Time for Justice, and we will do this in Milwaukee Metal Fest as well. But the ballads, I keep for the fall and winter time. But and there's a new single out. It's a video, our first animated video. I don't know if you've seen it. It's Lean Mean Rock Machine.
Yeah,
and
very cool.
Super funny, and the artist worked 10 months on it, and so if people want to see it, it's really cool. Lemmy is in the end in the video as well, and I think it's very well done. And so
awesome. Well, Doro, it's been an honor having you on the show, and we hope everybody gets out there to Metal Fest and sees you, and wish you the best of luck on the rest of your touring, and looking forward to seeing what you do in the future, because, man, you're just kicking ass.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me. It was great talking to you, and I want to say hi to all the metalheads, the rock fans. I hope I see you soon, and keep on rocking, stay metal, and I love you with all my heart, für immer, forever.